Alright, so in this video we're going to be designing the master suite for our house using Autodesk Revit. So let's get started. Alright, so to get started we're going to use the wall tool as per usual, but in this time we're going to use the rectangle tool, the rectangle shape. We're going to measure out, just roughly, kind of get closer where we want to go. Alright, and next we'll start to dig into the components, right? And we want to get a sense of scale when we are making the size of our rooms, right? Because spacing of things matter. Spacing between furniture matters, right? So we're going to go to, load family. We're going to go to furniture, bed box. All right, and that's just going to give us like a nice queen size bed to give us a sense of scale and size. All right. All right, so next we're going to place the bathroom. First, let's position this bed a little bit more. By looking at the spacing again between the bed and the wall. And here I will use just the line tool to add on to my existing rectangle. All right. So this is going to be a walk-in closet. All right, let's add the door. You want to go with the 80-inch doors, the standard height. For an interior door, we'll place the door. All right, so we can do 3D text, right? So if you click on that model text, you get 3D text, which looks good in level 1, but remember it's 3D text. So we'll type out master bedroom. All right, and so that looks pretty good. I like that style. So next we're planning out the bedroom. Sorry, the bathroom. So if we kind of drag over, it'll give you that dotted line as a guide, right? And then we'll come over, kind of adjusting for how much depth. We do 10 feet there. Again, just rough estimating. Again, you can use that dotted line. It'll auto snap for you, and you can line it up easy. Right, so there you go. Next, we'll place our door. Kind of assess the space a little bit. And so we'll add in bathroom. There we go. Right, so next we'll go to adding some more scale, right? We'll add some, fixtures, bathroom fixtures. So component load family. We'll jump up to piecework to add in that vanity. So I haven't found, all these objects are from the Revit content library. So if you Google Revit content library for whatever year, you'll be able to download these assets, these families. And I'm just going to put in a base cabinet. Again, just for scale, I use Lumion rendering to add in my furniture for the most part. So in Revit, those models are super sharp and edgy and not very smooth, and they don't come across when it comes to getting a good rendering. So I just put it in for scale. I'll most likely, after I'm finished designing, I'll most likely delete these assets, these pieces of furniture. All right, so again, we'll go back into plumbing, architectural, fixtures, and we'll go to water closets. That's what toilets used to be called, or still called. Sometimes you'll see WC on a floor plan, and that stands for water closet. Also a toilet. So here we will go and place the toilet. So it's important to note that this object has to snap to the wall. Right. So if you put it in the space and you're like, why is it not showing up? It's because you need to snap to the wall. So next we'll do the shower. So I can adjust. Right. So let's move. Yes, this is where like the text kind of gets in the way a little bit. Let's see what else. Okay, so I kind of jumped there, but I resized that shower, right? Using if you click on the object, you can go to edit type. But right, so then we can start to adjust the size of the room, um, based on the size of the fixtures and the furniture, right? So you kind of get that sense of scale back. Right, so next, we are going to place the, right, maybe we can get a bathtub in here. Right, so again, see how it snaps to the wall in that rectangular model? This will be a freestanding one because I don't want it to snap to the wall. I'll place it. I'll establish my, for rotating it. We can move the text out of the way. Annotate aligned. So we're going to want to, so that's snapped to the center, right? It's set to center point alignment. Just to get a rough idea of what the dimensions are of these spaces now that we're kind of starting to define them out. Right, so notice how this is a process, right? So it's not all in one, out the gate we're, establishing where we want to go. So now you want to change it to wall faces. And we want to get an interior wall-to-wall dimension. You can see how that 9.4 is, 6 inches shorter than the center point dimension. That gives you a better sense of what's the actual interior experience of the space. Okay, so you click that inner edge of the wall. So now we can kind of assess the dimensions a little bit, bump some things around. Use that. You can click on a wall and use the arrow keys to move the wall. Again, we'll adjust our dimensions a bit. And this is just all designing in plan view. You can easily jump to view and then go to 3D and get a 3D view of the space. So now we're going to put in a closet, linen closet. And when you do that, you get a sense of, like, again, how the space looks. Do we have enough room for a door? And what do we need to do to get room for a door? So I'm noticing that my walls, I got lazy and just kind of left them as the default 8 inches. Now I'll hold control and click on all the walls, and they should be 5 inches. So generic wall, 5-inch wall, right? So it kind of gives you a better sense of actual spacing. Lightens it up a bit. 8-inch wall would be like a concrete masonry unit, a concrete block wall. We'll add a 30 by 80 doors, good. All right, we'll adjust, see if we can get this tub in there. Adjust the space. Look at that space in between front of toilet to wall, right? Because there is a code on that. I believe it's like 30 inches in front of the toilet for accessibility. just continue to assess the space as you go using interior dimensions, right? Click wall faces. Right, so we're kind of coming through, but like, I mean, look at how quickly we were able to, get a good sense of a space, within a couple minutes, 10 minutes now. So add some more text. So if you're thinking this text is too big, so I'll show you how to change the size. So it's always edit type. That's always the answer for sizing. If you click on the text, go to edit type, and you can see under this line here, you got, text size 1. Here I forgot to duplicate that profile. And because I did that, it changed one thing, right? So if you see a 24-inch aerial in that type, so I'll change that back to 2 so my profiles make sense. And then I'm going to edit type, duplicate, and make a 12-inch size. Right, make that a 1-foot text size. Click OK. Now we have 2 different profiles for text. Right, so we'll rotate this to fit it in the space. Drag it, click and drag it over. So it's looking pretty good. Now we'll assess the master bedroom a bit more. Right, because we changed the size, we can change the formatting, the layout of the text. Yeah, it's kind of tough. And I'll make it look good while you're working in the file. All right, you can adjust that. You're not locked into the location of the dimension. You can click that little blue dot that's on there when you click on the number on the dimension. Let's see what else. So you want to establish your entry door, right? And you always want your door to swing onto a wall. So let's see. I mean, it can open into free space, but kind of just planning out and thinking our next move. So I saw this, let's see. There we go. So like an entry type lobby, and just that wall thickness. Again, these are all like interior walls. If you're just doing like a master suite, you don't know what's around the space. You definitely want to get that context if you can, but so there is, let's see, if we load, there's a door type called an opening. It's just like a hallway, door. So if you go up to in the content, jump up to doors, opening, right there. So it defaults at the 36-inch opening. It gives you some options. 36 by 80, that should be good. And that's just like a hallway. Look at that. That looks great. Right, so I could add in more furniture to this master bedroom. I'm really just kind of looking at space planning for the most part. You always want to label so people understand. And we'll drop that down. Click on the text. Why is it not selecting? There we go. We'll drop that down to the 12-inch profile. All right. And a couple more things here. So we'll go into furniture, add a little shelving. Again, add a little more context, right? If you put like a fireplace across from the bed with shelving next to it, that's kind of a nice look. I haven't found a fireplace component in the Revit content that they give you. You can download it. I use bimobject.com for additional assets, but I haven't dug into that just yet. If I find a link, I'll share it for the fireplace. Let's see. Next, we'll go in and we'll add a sofa in there, kind of create like a nice seating area, maybe, right? Because you want like master suites to be like a private, like apartment almost, like real master suites, like or like real nice private spaces. Some have like a butler's pantry, like a wet bar. I mean, you can kind of get really creative. Don't forget windows, right? You always need a nice egress window. Plan that out for safety purposes. In this case, the back behind the bed and to the right of the bed are exterior. And that's it. So I hope that's helpful to you. I hope this was, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, put a comment down below. But I hope this is helpful to you on how to design a master suite in Revit.